Right, it is 8:30. Let's get some racing going, boys! I'm good. Good evening, Unsafe, you rapid bastard. Yes, it is that time once again. GT1 at the brand new Canada circuit in Gran Turismo 7. We're just waiting on a few stragglers to join potentially, and then qualifying will get going for this ungodly 48 lap race around the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Watching Rosé, who could be an interesting one to look out for today. He's been seeing some pretty quick lap times. Could be one to potentially challenge T. Smith. However, not when you clatter into the Champions Wall like that. But yeah, Rosé's been putting in some pretty decent lap times. If he can do them on a consistent basis, T. Smith might actually have a challenge today. However, I highly doubt it. 5 people watching the stream, hello, welcome. More right in a minute. Still putting in good laps, and he's still with all the decals on his car. Speaking of all decals on the car, I don't know if anyone's seen Mick Schumacher's IndyCar that got shown today, I think. From a top-down view, you could see his main sponsor decal 13 different times. Madness. Only challenging that. Channeling that vibe. Still. Nope. Must be wide at the wall there as well, so did Andy. So these boys not having the best of time with the chicane at the end of the lap there. Let's watch Tom Duval. That's America's ass. Yeah, so had to. I made delivery, I had to put America's ass on the back of the car. See if he can take the chicane entirely. Not best. He's coming down. Lee coming on down. Through he goes. He's clean. Jonesy. He's clean, a little bit of skid on the side when he hits it there. What are we waiting for? Oh, well, just as I asked that, Mikey comes up in the chat with the info. Unsafe is joining to cover for Graham. Watch Unsafe now finish top 3. I will say it now. Also, Mikey, feel free to get your ass on the grid to cover for Panda, because Panda's seemingly not making it from what I saw on the Discord. Two temps between T-Smith and Rose, but whether T-Smith is keeping something in the tank, we don't know, but we're pretty close. 1 minute warning till qualifying. Alright. Let's go. Might want to change his tyres instead of referring to Jonesy's foreskin for qualifying. Aaron, change your tyres, you fool. Jesus Christ. Ooh, finally. Alright, here we go, qualifying. Aaron's still on medium tyres. Utter numpty. Leopold is the first one out, naturally. Across the pit line they go. Which has been allowed. Which is allowed as long as you don't impede a car that is coming through. That might be running a fast lap or running in the race. So, here with clear air, SB1 got a nice little gap to run in. T-Smith looks like the same, Rom's alright, and 30 might catch him, might want to back off a little bit. And a whole gaggle of cars. Thunderbolt already having a look to make an overtake. Stop it. There's no need. Oh. Has Aaron figured out he's on medium? He's just letting people go. Unsafe goes to his own. Oh yes, this is apparently Unsafe Championship winning livery from previous season. He was bringing it back for the finale, but I guess because he's covering here today, he hasn't got time to change it. Andy plenty of track to himself, Bills and Andy also plenty of track to themselves, so here we go. Lee Cole leads them into the timed runs. Just keep an eye on him. Aaron pits. Ooh, okay, just a bit shoddy. Not giving himself the biggest of gaps, but should see him all right for the lap, I think. Fiba. Hello. Were you feeling a little lonely last night? Yeah, I was actually. Depressing as hell. Really. I did a practice race and I was keeping up with blue flag pretty well in a practice race, but I just couldn't do it in the actual race, which was annoying. So that kind of kicked me out of contention. So, pretty boring. So lead with provisional pole, but I'm sure that's going to be dropped. Yep. SBY 36.9 straight away into the 36s for SBY and T Smith. Pretty close between them. M30 just into the 37s. Rosé almost into the 36s, into third. Duval into fifth. And safe ahead of Rom. Well, not the best lap there, so I wonder if he's had a bit of an issue, or if he's caught the guy in front of him at that point. Not ideal. Aaron's now onto his soft tyres. So this, I think, is the start of his timed run. So he needs to hope he doesn't get impeded by Andy. Andy not with a great lap. Oh, not really the best for him. Aaron clean through that. Through the hairpin goes SB1. That's clean through that. There's a slightly purple sector. I'll just stay on board with Rose and see what time he gets. Let's say T Smith is ahead, so T Smith up into pit this time. Let's be wrong. Is Rose going to continue on? He does. Ooh. Yeah, Aaron hasn't set his lap yet because he went out on medium tyres feeder. So he's Tom Duval into the lead. So Aaron's gonna set his first actual time lap now. So just for you, we'll keep it on the purple car. Nice and clean through the chicane there. Into 7th. Glad we've cars to get on track here. Duval hitting the barrel there, I think. Raising it. All these boys have come out of the pits. Some of them have come out of the pits, some of them have not pitted, so... Oh, yeah. Not ideal. Not ideal qualifying. Oh god, look at that gap between the two times. That's ridiculous. The T Smiths have got fresh tyres and Duval has not. So once Duval's coming in this lap to change tyres, Smith has got a chance to improve. There comes Duval straight into the pits. That's clean. Smith to start a run on his fresh tyres. A lot of people coming into the pits now, which means people have to be careful about coming out. M30 coming out, there's T Smith. So M30 right behind T Smith could potentially, maybe, if he can catch up and get some slipstream effect. Gosh. Oh, Aaron's got a 1 second penalty, and just look at all this. Good God. Oh dear. Oh, Jonesy's got out of the way, which is probably wise. So yeah, he's on 1 soft, so he's kind of... and people figure it out for themselves. It's all a bit... spicy. He's got some good clear track. If Duval catches, that could give him something to think about on his qualifying laps. Smith is there now, SBY is there. Why don't they leave a gap? Well, some of them who have pitted quite late need to be able to get that final banker lap in because they'll only have one shot. So, here comes SBY, see if he can improve. Oh, I think Lee's just clapped the wall. Yeah, he's got out of the way. I don't think he will have impeded SBY there. SBY stays third. T. Smith 36.7. Now 10th quicker than Duval. Duval, who's just come out onto those tyres, now has to make them work. Gives his one lap, I think. Yeah, looks like it. Where is Lee at the moment? 12th. So, Lee not having one of the best qualifyings again. I think he was a late comer to the pits. And he's still 9/10ths off. Kind of surprised by that. Slidey. Hello Jonesy, what are you doing? I'm guessing Jonesy hasn't pitted at all and knows that he doesn't have the opportunity to, so he's just chilling. Improving on his personal best, so he could potentially get higher in this grid, much to Phoebe's chagrin. Duval had a penalty there, which he's now served. There we go. Lee does improve. T. Smith improves his time, almost into the 35s now. It's disgusting. Rosé up into second. Duval doesn't improve. Rom improves up into third. Sneaky. Unsafe improves up into fifth. Karen with a penalty. Will not improve from 8th. Biggles with 4 seconds worth of penalties. Biggles, what have you been doing, man? Jeez. So, Lee down in 11th. So there you have it. T. Smith almost getting into the 35s there. Rosé not far off to take second place. Rob in third. Tom Duval in 4th. Unsafe. Covering in 5th. So my prediction of what was it? Top 3 or 4 could potentially come true. SBY in 6th. M37th. Aaron in 8th. Josie in 9th, Andy in 10th, Lee 11th, and Biggles in 12th in a sort of reduced GT1 grid once again. Oh dear, right, so they're going to manually make the grid. For what reason? I don't actually know. Oh, hello Picani. Right, so oh yeah, let's have a quick shifty at this. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Front 5 going to be on mediums, although ROMs are switching to softs. SBY also on. Oh no, something's changed with the room again. Sorting grid penalty. Oh, that's what that is. Grid pens. Oh my lord. Lee. I thought you were good at this. My hosting. Sorta, kinda. Quite a lot of H's showing up in that tyre list. Kind of surprised about. So yeah, top 5 currently showing on mediums. Although again, that's not in grid order yet. Goes the big oars. It needs fixing it, yes, it probably does. SBY looking racy. Get my 2 cents in, since we're all giving Lee shit. Evening, Derek. Incident-free quality, yeah, from what I saw. Looked clean. And there was some bits where traffic was heavy. Oh, Aaron, that's harsh. Starting soon. Alright, let's go. So, what were the grid penalties? So, 3 places for Duval and 3 places for McLaren 30. So, Aaron starting 6th. Fever loves that. Fucking loves it, don't you, Fever? Alright, here we go. For 48 laps of the Canadian Grand Prix. And they're off. Here we go. T. Smith leads them away, coming into turn 1. Will there be any chaos? There wasn't any last night from what I recall, from what I heard. So far everything looking nice and clean through there. Always line of stern. All good, all nice and clean. Not going too crazy right off the bat. Evening Beach. Gummy Boy in the chat, love to see it. Nice to see some of the regulars Guinea. Starting to wonder where you boys were. Oh, there goes Rom. There goes Rom. And everyone's gonna go through it, I think. Yep. So Rom on the medium tyre. I'm surprised by that one. And meanwhile, Rosé is not letting T. Smith get away with it. Having a look already. But T. Smith had a bit of a bad chicane. So that Rosé to have a challenge. Looking at the outside, looking for a switchback. Not this time by. Hopefully try and get a little bit of slipstream down the casino straight. That's what it's called. I think it is. Too many car lengths in between them though. 4 attempts. Nothing will happen into the chicane this time by. In the background, Aaron having a look at Captain America. Through he goes. Will he keep it off the wall? Ooh. Not really. Oh, there goes McLaren 30. I think he collected late. Gosh, Rom's gone as well. Am I going to have to save the replay just to watch this again? I think I will just have to find out what's going on. I think Lee's collected M30 and put him into a spin, which is why he's waited for him, so... It's all kicking off. Andy's got a penalty. Oh, power sliding it through there. As for the rest of them, all good so far. Rosé still not in a position to challenge T. Smith again yet. SBY, I'll look at unsafe. My prediction for unsafe, looking good so far. 2 laps in. Already third. So... that bit of shade from you, Beach. It's always good when the Pro League shows us how it should be done. You fucker. But yeah, it's a fair point. It's a fair point. 2 laps in and chaos has already been unleashed. So, a bit of a shame for Rom. He could have potentially got a few places back, but his own spin at the last chicane there has not done him any favours after such a good qualifying as well. It's a massive... Ooh! 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 Hello! Ooh! 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 What? Ooh! I'm literally speechless. I don't actually know what to say. This is actually quite exciting. Yeah, well, I mean, you saw it here, folks. You saw it here. I thought that was pretty good, hard racing. T. Smith, unfortunate to get a penalty, but cut the track. I think Rosé had the corner. Although I'd have to check it back to double check how the cars were, but Rosé through on T. Smith at the moment. Nope. Let's be having a look at unsafe. Nothing happening there at the moment. Aaron's going to have to... Aaron's catching them though. Aaron and Duval. Tom does not like being overtaken. Nah, probably not. Don't really think anyone does. It's just, you just don't see it often, you know. So T. Smith will serve his penalty, but the half-second penalty doesn't really seem to... Well, I don't think it makes much of an impact here, even if it is on the straight. All over the place over the curbs. Attempts to shut Aaron off of SBY. 10 people watching. Welcome for joining us for GT1. Rosé is currently your leader ahead of T. Smith. Is Rosé on the same tyre? Well, do you know what, Beach? I think now that things have hopefully calmed down a bit, I'm going to go through the field for tyres. So yeah, Rosé on the medium tyre, set in purple sectors. Love to see that. T. Smith on medium. So yeah, they are on the same tyre. Unsafe on mediums, SBY on mediums, and also on mediums, as is Tom Duval. Catching a glimpse there from America's Ass. Jonesy is the first car on hards. I think he's benefited from the mistakes that have happened. Andy behind him, also on hard tyres. So they're racing amongst themselves. Big Wall's a little bit off the back of them, is also on hards. Then you have the people who have had incidents. In 30, I think, was turned around by Lee Colt. He is on the hard tyres, Lee on the mediums, and Ron, who has had an absolutely terrible opening couple of laps, is on mediums as well. But plenty of clear air, so see what you can do. T. Smith made 1.8 off of Rose. So, I don't know, does T. Smith get flustered if he's not way out in front? I don't know, somebody tell me. Not used to being in second though, I would assume. 1.2 seconds ahead of unsafe. So yeah, we got 2 packs, the medium pack and the hard pack. Attempts between those two, and then we're going to have a look at any point, maybe going to the hairpin. Oh, Jonesy with a big snap! And he's going to have a little bit of speed on him. Don't think I'll have a look though. He's over. No, pulls back in. Bumps against it. Looks for a tighter apex. 4/10 the gap, now down to 3. Don't think there'll be a move into the chicane. Very nice and clean through there though. Oh, Gilles dives in to get rid of his hard tyres. The first to do so. Into the final corner, first corner. Oh god, T. Smith with another penalty. So a half-second penalty for T. Smith again. That has got the fastest lap, so 37.3 for T. Smith, 37.6 for Rose. So after a few iffy laps, T. Smith finding his groove. Just 2 tenths behind Aaron. Down the lunge, sends it. Park it. And can't turn to the apex. Through goes Duval. Come back at him for the chicane. Duval covers the inside. Ooh. Power slide from Aaron. And they continue on. And he's sending into turn 1. Too far behind at this time. SPY still behind unsafe. Smith with penalty served is reeling Rose in. 37.6 even with the penalty versus a 37.8 for Rose. So T. Smith has the pace. So I've got a bit closer to the wall. SPY as well, kicking up the dirt. Aaron's dropped off a little bit from Duval. Oh, SPY, where you going? That's not the way. Oh, Aaron. Very close there. It's to collecting the side of SPY's car. Have a little look at Tom. Little push. If that gets unsafe, a little bit of breathing room from behind him. You can focus on what's in front now. Well done defensive early again. For no reason whatsoever. Through the chicane, very sideways. So there, car sliding through that. And continue on. SPY now having to recover. Catch on up in short order. Jones are getting very close to the barrier there. And 30. 8.9. Lee's. I'm surprised that Lee has not at least pace here on the medium tyres. M30 going very deep into turn 1. But has no penalty and stays ahead of Lee, although Lee is significantly closer. Biggles has come out onto his soft tyres. Gap between them is 6-7 tenths. So that's my question. Let me just go forwards. T-Smith not close enough to raise 8 this time to make any challenge. T-Smith being the second means he gets more airtime. It's 5 cars together. I think it's only these two. Derek, what strat did I run last night? Mediums for 15, then hards for 7, then mediums for 15, and softs for the end. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the sort of pace I would have liked from the soft tyre that I had in qualifying. Otherwise, I might have been challenging Mikey at the end of the race. But alas, I lost out to a GT3 driver. So, Rezo's lead now down to 6 tenths. Another fastest lap from T-Smith on that previous lap, 37.3. Gone a long way compared to a 37.6. So, while Rezo's lap times are consistent, they are not on the pace that he needs. Although, double sector. Is that a flash of the lights there from T-Smith as well? 3 tenths in the slipstream. It's on board with T-Smith. See if anything happens. No, gets out of the accelerator. Decides against it this time. Oh, the pair of them very squirrely over the curbs. Turn 1, nothing into turn 2, and Safe has been into the champion's wall, I believe, because Duval has got by him. So Duval now up into 3rd. With Unsafe all over the back of him. And he's got by Jonesy at some point. Jones has just had a... oh no. Yeah, Jones has had a bad lap. 39.0 versus a 40.1, so a second difference there, so Jonesy must have clattered something. Or got a penalty. He's still struggling to get his medium tyres past that hard-tired M30. And just reeling off consistent 38 laps. 4.2 seconds. I think he might be catching them a little bit. Big was grazing the wall there. And once again, down the straight. Jose going to defend. Tom Smith's having a look. He's alongside. He'll have the corner. Jose not defending that one too much, but I think he might have another put a fight back on here to the inside. He'll have the corner for T1, I think. No, gets out of it. Can he get the traction down? Oh, T Smith has a wobble. T Smith kicking up a bit of dirt, and he's coming to the pits. Rosé's got the corner. Through goes Rosé again. Loving this. Loving this. Good to see Tom in a battle. Yeah, this is great. Maybe a bit too much curb there from Tom. Drops back a few car lengths. Yeah, this is great. Also, Rosé is a fair bit better on fuel as well. This is worth the entrance fee. No entrance fee, I'm not getting paid. Damn it. So 6/10 the gap. 5.3 to Duval. 38.3 for T Smith on the last lap is significantly slower than his last. 38.6 for Rosé, so their medium tyres giving them issues. T Smith too far off at the moment to try into the final chicane, I think. Duval now gapping unsafe a little bit. Well, T Smith pits. Ooh! Duval grazing America's ass along the wall. I'm sure the Canadians are going to love that. So, kind of surprised that SPY has not really put a fight back onto the guys in front. Oh gosh. Lots of power sliding going on there. Coming out those corners from SPY. T Smith resumes in 6th. Crucially in clear air ahead of Jonesy. He has fueled to just over half a tank onto the hard tyres. Still circulating. One has caught lead very quickly. 38.9, 38.0. So both on mediums. Rom has caught lead quite quickly there, because last time I looked, the gap between them was 4 seconds. Andy has pitted, so he's gone on to the mediums, and 30 has also pitted, since he's no longer ahead of Lee. He's on to the mediums. So that was out. Goes round for another lap. Ooh, instead of an SPY getting into it. Oh gosh. Oh dear. What happened there? Was SPY just completely unsighted for when the corner was coming? I'm not sure there. Surprised he also didn't get a pedal even with the lift. But that's allowed Aaron to get up into 3rd at the moment. So Aaron benefiting from that one. Thought I heard skidding, but they're all good. T Smith. I'd say we're already taking time out of them, but they caused that to themselves. He's setting personal best sector times now that he's been released from the dirty air. Rom's fuel indicator has started to glow. Significantly less fuel than Lee. Probably pushing a fair bit to try and bring himself back into this race. Let's have a look. Rosé continues on. He's good on fuel. Duval will probably continue on. Aaron Aaron opting to go again. Same for SBY, unsafe, clatters the wall. Aaron says, do you know what will make this track better? Deleting it. I'm guessing Owen didn't have a very good race last night then. Jonesy pits. Gets rid of the hard tyres. I'm running that fuel down quite significantly. So, Rose has found some time again in the medium tyres after 2:38 laps. He's now back in the 87s. Personal best 37.5 for him on his last lap. And through he goes again. Fuel indicator lights just come on for him. Deval going again. Aaron with no fuel sends it into the pit lane. SBY follows suit. Can't imagine Deval's going to be having much fuel at the end of this lap. Unsafe continues on. Here comes Team Smith. He's set on the hard tyres. 138.2. So that's a pretty decent pace for hard tyres versus what Rose is doing. So depending on what Rose decides to do for fuel, T. Smith could be in the lead of this race. Little kiss of the wall there. Cole continues round for another lap. Aaron has come out, he's in 6th. Pretty decent, to be fair, coming out back in 6th. Soft tyres for him. 3/4 of a fuel tank. SBY, roughly the same strat for him, soft tyres, just under 3/4 of a fuel tank. Biggles pitting earlier to get off his hards. He's coming to the useless part of those soft tyres. They'll start to die off pretty soon, I would think. Jose's pitting now. Maybe he's going to do another lap on with what Tom's doing on for times on hards. So under onto mediums, and 30 into mediums. Jonesy's come out onto mediums as well. So all the hard boys are coming out on the medium tyre. Wrong. That's not the route. Hopefully we won't get a penalty from that. These are mediums, not too far off of Jonesy. So there we go, T. Smith into the lead. Just over 1/4 of a fuel tank. Rose comes out resuming in 2nd. Medium tyres, full fuel for him. So this is where the difference in strategies is going to play out. So Rose will have softs and the hard tyres still to do for the remainder of this race. T. Smith will have to come in short order based on his fuel. So 9.7 gap between those two. Getting a bit cloudy, but it can't rain here. Oh, we've got Deval and Biggles having a bit of a blarney. Is T. Smith pitting end of lap 18 and going 3 times 10 on softs? Don't know. When did he come in? Lap 11? Yeah, so he's at that point where you could bin off the hards and do another medium stint and softs. Although he pitted, oh yeah, he pitted early off the mediums, didn't he? So, oh, that's not going up. I don't know. It would be interesting. Rosé's filled up, so he's going to do a long stint on the mediums. Aaron and SBY are continuing on with battle. The personal best sector. Yeah, it's a good question for you, though. He's definitely got lightning quick pace on the softs. Yeah, almost dipping into the 35s in qualifying. So yeah, it's interesting. Rosé is 37.7 ahead of Aaron and SBY. So he'll have to be mindful of that, as these boys are chugging along at a decent clip. And clipping the wall there. SBY setting a new fastest lap for the race and going quicker. Ooh. Which has now been undone. Yeah, the pit, exiting the pit seems to be longer than going into the pit. So I don't think I would do it in that position. But having pitted early off the mediums, it messes things up a bit. So we've got hards versus mediums here. Oh, T. Smith pitting now. Duvall trying to force the issue to the inside. Oh, that's safe, puts the squeeze on a bit. Don't know about that one. Unsafe. Biggles pits off the soft. Rosé on the mediums, 37s, 38s. Mainly 37s. If he has a bad lap, he's into the 38s. Gap to the soft guys behind him, 1.8 seconds now. So Aaron and SBY putting on the hustle. But with significantly less fuel. So Rosé will have a choice to make. Does he battle them and hope they waste their fuel, or does he just let them go? T. Smith shorts and soft, short fueled. Oh, where is it? Yeah, softs and 3/4 of a tank. So, what was that? He pitted lap 18, so I guess I see. You're going to have to be mindful of traffic though, because, you know, if T. Smith has got the pace that we saw in qualifying in the race, he'll come up on guys like this that are battling, which could, oh my lord, bit of squeezing going on again. Duvall goes through, outbreaks himself. Oh. Unsafe gets back pass round with a little dink. Into the wall. T Smith catching them quicker and quicker. Yeah. So, I mean, Duval's not going to be pitting anytime soon. He's on mediums, he's got a decent amount of fuel. Unsafe, he'll probably have to pit because of fuel. But still, I can't imagine Duval's going to just step aside for Smith. So it could be interesting. 1.4 they get, 1.5, I don't know, they might just be managing it a little bit, 37s, so Jose possibly managing the gap now as the soft tyres start to die off a bit. This has got a steward's report written all over it, yeah. I think there's going to be some, there is a shout. T Smith 1.7 seconds off of those two. Indian M30. Fairways behind, Jonesy by himself. Run 3 seconds behind him. Biggles! He's now gone onto a medium tyre. Decent amount of fuel. Lee onto hards. Barely any fuel. Top 3 through the first part, the first sector. Jose's gap has come down a fair ways since we last saw them. Not the best start to the lap. Was trying to get away from Unsafe. Unsafe with a wiggle there has brought T Smith right up to him. So, what will Unsafe do? Will he make it easy on Smith? Will he not? Defends it. Oh no, he's got the indicator on, so I think he's just pulling out of the way. Boo! Boo, Unsafe, boo! Boo! T Smith can now chase down the other Tom. Oh, Aaron's got a penalty. Jose's lead back up to a second. Aaron could drop to third here. Here comes us beware. No. Aaron can defend it. Oh, pair of them hitting the wall a little bit, I think, there. Nothing happening into turn 1. Aaron stays in second. Getting now 2 seconds. Oh, SBY has lost it. Oh no. Oh dear. So Aaron's now been freed from looking in his rear view. He can now focus on Rose. See if we can close that gap down with the remaining fuel he's got. And what's the gap here? 8 tenths between the two Toms. T Smith does resume the fastest lap. 36 is now in order for him. Gutted for Sean yet. He's going really well. It was a bit of a weird one as well. Did you get too much curve on the inside, do you think? Spin the tyres up. So 3 attempts, the gap on the straight. Will he ever send? Have a look. Comes back in. We're going to get a superior exit. I think he's done it. That gap coming down, he's right on the back of Duval. Another fastest lap. Up the inside, through he goes. Gets it stopped for turn 2. And now can set his sights on SBY. Oh god, SBY with a penalty now as well. Oh, it's all unravelling for Sean. Right. Almost 7 seconds off the back of Aaron now. Aaron 3 seconds off the back of Rose. So Rose managing to defend the lead of this race. Is Sean doing a Mikey? It kind of looks that way. Although you didn't do much of a Mikey last night, Mikey, which I'm immensely upset about. Phoebe's well happy. Let's have a quick look downfield. And he's still catching number 30. So it's mediums versus mediums. Very good. Beagle's wiggling all over the place. Lee is not long for this stint. Unsafe pits then off the hard tyre. Aaron will be due soon, SBY will be due soon. T. Smith pulls us off, it must go down with one of the all-time GOAT drives. Yeah. He's definitely rapid. But yeah, he's 11.9 seconds off of Rose. Will have to pit before Rose, obviously. So, well, if not for fuel, then certainly for tyres, I reckon. It's just how long he decides to stay on those, on the softs. If he's doing 10, it's probably fine. If he's doing more than 10, the way they start to feel. Which I feel right now, solidly in 36s for T. Smith. And into the pits, SBY going straight on as well, and oh, Sean. Sean very much looking to get this stint out of his recent memory. Andy pits as well. M30 up into 4th. Sean Nasty says it's going full Mikey. Yeah, potential. Another purple sector for T. Smith. SBY going on to softs. No. He's gone on to the hard tyres. Just sip the fuel, SBY now. Just make him last till the end, mate. So with no more traffic to deal with, T. Smith is now 11.2 seconds off of Rose. But the pair of them with the same amount of stops to make of it. T. Smith, who we think will do 2 more soft stints, and Rose, I'm pretty sure, has got hard and soft to go. Sticking with the consistent 37s. See what this is. Yep, another 37 lap time for Rose. Coming up on traffic, who's that? That's Lee. So Lee back out onto the mediums now. Andy onto mediums for his current stint. Gilles. And safe down in 9th. Into the mediums for him. As we saw earlier, SBY on hards. Rom, back in the thick of the things as people are pitting. But we'll soon have to pit for him. Jonesy will soon be pitting. Aaron having a bit of a slide through turn 2 there. Onto the hard tyres for him as well. I'm sure Phoebe will hate. Aaron's having a pretty good run so far. Gap 10.7 seconds. T. Smith is into the 37s on his last lap. So the soft tyre starting to drop off. See what that time comes up with this time. Yep, 37.0. So the softs at their best is now gone. So that gap could stabilise between Rosé and Tom. Oops, nothing like that. Jonesy's pitting. As is Rom. No fear, but we can't have Mikey having a whole clean race. It just wouldn't be right. What's that mean? That meme picture with the guy and the bottle. Traditions? These boys are pretty spaced out. Gap between T. Smith and Rosé coming down a little bit more. So arrows close together here, Biggles and M30. Off to the hairpin, there you go. M30 has a little send. Puts his car there. Biggles tries to turn for the apex, but sorry mate, there's a Ferrari when you're inside. M30 goes through. And Andy now could potentially catch Biggles. Through the final chicane they come. Good for them. Forwards. Gap still 9.8. It's pretty stable. Pretty stable. So myself and mediums can be catching SB1, so that can be a battle in short order. Derek, I'll be honest, I'll be glad to see the back of the Mazdas. Horrendous, right. 28, T. Smith's pitting. Through goes Duval. Rosé continuing on with consistent 37s all of the time. Through goes Duval. T2. Oh, oh no, this could be interesting with T Smith coming out the pits. Ooh! Go on, Aaron! Go on! Sorry, I'm meant to be impartial, aren't I? Ah, that was close. Aaron on hard tyres as well. That would have been disastrous if he'd actually got ahead of T Smith through there. But I think T Smith lucky to be ahead of Aaron. Aaron on his hard stint. So 36.5 seconds behind the leader. And T Smith back on the softs. Okay, but look, it's a family program, mate. Family show. Fuel indicator light is on for Rosé. Hello. Oh my gosh. Many cars together. Andy with the penalty against M30. And SBY on the back of Biggles. Andy serves his penalty, but he will keep position. Swedish game in the car. See what kind of lap times we get from these boys. Something's happened somewhere. 39 for M30 on the mediums, 38 for Andy, 38 for Biggles. Some interesting lap times there for Sean. Oh no, he's pitted. So Sean back out onto the soft tyre. Needs to get ahead of these boys in short order though. Look at A, hold him up. B, destroy his tyres. Rosé pits. So will it be hard or soft tyres for Rosé? Oh, Andy! Biggles also running into the dirt there. SBY can get him. Devol also pitting. So through goes SBY. T Smith coming down the straight. Rosé is starting to come out the pits and is into the pit exit runoff. Hard tyres for him. He's to have a clean exit out the pits. Yep, that was pretty good through there. So there we go. The heat is on. The heat is on. So, hard tyre stint for Rosé before he can go onto his soft tyres. T Smith going purple once again. Aaron up into third. Hall has resumed his race in fourth position onto the hard tyres for him. 11 seconds ahead of unsafe. Oh, these boys are getting into it again. This could implode. I have to say board struck by T Smith. Yeah, it is. It is. Will be helped in this stint though with Rosé being on the hards. It depends what Rosé's lap times will be on the hards. If they're decently consistent, it might work out all right. see there comes a point where those soft tyres start to die off. I think with the pace that T. Smith's got, we'll be using them up quite quickly. Andy attacking that first apex as a slide. Has he got the power down? Yeah, he's got the power down, he's having a look. No, he'll pull back in. No, I think he's going to try and make this one happen now. Ooh, bit of a bump. I think he stays wide and sort of off the throttle a bit. I think he was sort of making sure he didn't take that position, but he's lost one of SBY now. Opportunistic move from Sean. So, 2 down, 1 more to go for Sean. Right on the edge of the racetrack there in the braking zone. I'm not sure if it's the latency that's making them look like they're skidding or if they're actually skidding all the time. We want to get some good traction out the hairpin to make an attack on the straight. It's decently close as they start down the straight, 2/10. I think SBY could go for a look here into the final chicane. Losing it at the time. Oh. Struggling for grip, struggling for traction, dirty air taken into effect. Oh, Andy right on SBY's arse. M30 going wide again in turn 1. Loses time. SBY will attack again. I need to quickly run up and see what's going on over here. T. Smith 4.7 off of Rose. New fastest lap for him on the last lap, 36.1 versus 38.3. Oh dear. I think this could be, with a 4-second gap between them, this could be advantage Tom. Ooh, you need to stay out the wall, mate. 38.6. Yeah, so consistent 38s on the hard would be good, but when your chief rival for the race win has got nothing but softs at his disposal. The heat is on, as I said earlier. Aaron's still what? I think Aaron's just had a lag out. Potentially spitting up grass. Yep. Aaron goes bye-bye. That's a shame. He was having a fucking great race. Hopefully he'll join us in the chat. Tell us what happened there. There seems to be a thing in GT1. People's PlayStation is just disconnecting and turning off and shit. So that promotes Deval up in 3rd. Times for him, unsafe on mediums, so my prediction for unsafe being 3rd or 4th is still looking good at this time. SBY has dropped behind Andy, so still another stint where Sean is having a bit of a mare, not going to plan. Andy just looking aggressive though, he just wants the positions thing. Content to sit behind people, always looking for a way past. Gets decent traction out of that final hairpin, but I don't think it'll be enough. Oh. Fever feeling slightly sorry for Aaron. Sort her first. Oh my god. I mean, Andy deserved to make an overtake after keeping that all good. Oh, SBY. Oh, so he has a bad exit there. But Andy can't capitalise. This is enjoyable. I do love watching racing like this. It's good stuff. Let's be wide and get Andy a little bit there. Through they go. And 30 pulls a bit of a gap. Andy will have to defend. Rom's gone. Oh no, Rom. Why have you gone now? Leaders are indeed together, Derek. Thank you for that. So T. Smith is already at that point where the softs could start going off, and if he's in dirty air, he's going to be using up those softs a little bit more. So Rosé needs to play it smart here, position his car well, try and make sure that Tom can't get by too easily. Run out those soft tyres on that blue Ferrari. I think Tom's going to have a run here. Have a look to the inside. Ooh. There he goes. So, as I said, advantage T. Smith earlier because of the soft tyres. He's managed to make it work in this stint to the point where he's taken the race lead, with the pair of them needing to stop again. Plus, with them both having similar fuel, don't think Rosé will be able to keep in touch with that soft shod car to take advantage of the extra fuel that he's got. It's already 1.5 seconds the gap. So T. Smith due to pit if we're thinking about the 3x10 stint. Curious, we'll have to see what happens there. T. Smith's last lap was a 37, so the softs in that drop-off zone. Back to these three, and Andy has lost out to SBY. SBY almost having a go at M30. M30 is just putting on a solid defensive race here. Neither of these boys have an answer to get past that Ferrari. And Andy with significantly less fuel as well. That wasn't that. Oh, hi Aaron. What happened there, mate? Whoa, SBY. I think Rosé will follow him in next lap. Rosé has slightly more fuel. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably for the best. Might as well pit at the same time to get rid of the hard tyres. Just froze, the internet didn't die or anything. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that was crap, Aaron, because I was on you right as that happened as well. SBY having to get out the gas, or just taking it a bit safer on his entry. Can he get to his pit box really quickly? Mental. Let's have a look. So 2.4 the gap. Don't think that is the best. Although looking at the fuel, because they would have to really send it into the pit lane, like really send it. I'll go on the top. We'll just see how. I'm assuming he's going to pit, so we'll see what he does. Brakes a little bit to go in. Rosé continues on. A little bit surprised by that. You're now into the soft tyre operating window. Don't know. The Vol continues on. And safe sends it into the pits. Excuse me, what? Oh yeah, SBY pitted, sorry, forgot about that. So, Jonesy on the 7th, Andy pits, unsafe pits, M30 continues on. Only positives is that I'll have fresher softs at the end, yeah, but I don't know. I just think with the pace that Smith's got on softs, even fresher softs won't really help Rosé. I need some traffic to help him, but the Vol's going to be pitting, so that's not going to assist Rosé. Fuel lights on. Might have to put in less fuel. Is he going to come into the pits this time? Looks like he is. Dives in. I don't know. Tom just starting on the straight. I don't know. Halfway down. See the Vol pitting in, yeah. There we go. T Smith into the chicane. Rosé's still fueling. Rosé's no longer fueling. And that, he's ahead. Rosé just coming out of the pits there. T Smith is through into the lead of this race. And I think, barring any issues, that will be that done and dusted. Unless Rosé puts in the soft lap times of his life. Divine third, unsafe fourth. These boys are all good to the end. There's 30 coming on out of the pits. Ooh, people coming out. Ooh. So I'm sure SBY and Andy are thrilled, absolutely thrilled, to see M30 come out ahead of them. This one is not done at all. Sean and Andy and M30 all on soft tyres as well. So it's an equal battle now till the end for them. Jonesy onto the soft tyres, he's all by himself. Biggles in 9th, mediums for him, Lee in 10th. We've only got 10 runners left in this race. Tragic. But 19 seconds off of Biggles. So Lee, I think, will not be the biggest fan of Canada on GT7 after this one. come back to T. Smith and Rose once they've set their first time laps out of the pits. Yeah, very good recovery from M30. He's dropped off a little bit, I think. So must be why we'll be the first to do battle against M30 once again. Yellow flags, why are they yellow flags? 2:03 for Jazzy, what is shocking. Oh wow, that is in that lap. Argued. Crack and rum. I've got nothing to talk about. It's all kind of like everything's sort of stabilised and split up. So apart from these three, oh Andy, no Andy. Just having a peek, taking a wide entry. Andy's car was being sent to the inside wall then. I think that might just have been his line. Why is that green flag constantly waving? Christ, that's angry. 10 people watching. Thank you very much. We're into the final stages of FTRL GT1 in Canada, where we are watching the main on-track battle between these three. Again, I think it's too far off to make a challenge into the chicane, so let's just double check lap times. Rose is into the 36s, low 36. Another personal best sector for him. Tom also similar lap times between the two. That gap of 2.5 seconds is pretty much what it was at when Rose came out of the pits. So that's pretty stable. It's going to require a mistake, I think, from one of these two to make any changes, significant changes to this race lead battle. T. Smith has picked up the odd penalty, but now he's back where he prefers, at the front. So I don't foresee any issues there. Although it would be awesome if Rose could catch up and give a challenge. It was very exciting between these two early in the race. And for some good racing action. In the wall. Tom Duval all by himself now. Just has to see it through and he will get a podium position. 8.8 seconds ahead of unsafe. He was covering for, who was it, Graham? The Headless Horseman. Not being able to make it tonight. So the GT2 leader currently 4th in GT1, read into that what you will. And back to these three we go. Andy has served his penalty and is still right with them. Lap 44 off 48. Better turn 1 M30. Nice apex hit. So, yeah, I know. Come on, he's 4th in GT1 for God's sake. That'll be unbearable at the end of the season. If I finish 3rd in GT2, I will consider that my GT2 championship defended. I will die on that hill. Still waving his green flag. All jobs worth at the track here. Biggles is being closed down by Lee, but not more enough that I think it's going to impact the end of this race. Hold on. Tom did well with the fastest lap. Oh, that was a few laps ago. Okay. Fair enough. 36.0, almost into the 35s then. For these guys. Rosé has caught T. Smith though. What was 2.5 seconds is now hovering at just over a second. 36.1 for Rosé, 36.5 for T. Smith. And T. Smith flirting with the walls a little bit more. So this one might not be done. You love to hear it. 8 attempts, 9 attempts. Rosé, 8 attempts. Rosé with a better hairpin. Could Tom be getting a little concerned, a little distracted with that gap coming down? Much better for Rosé through that chicane. 7 attempts now as they cross the line. Lap 46. Tyres, they're both on softs. They're both the same. Everyone's on softs at this point pretty much for the top half of this field. And 30's pulled away from SBY. One might be done. Unless someone's got some cojones to send it into some of these chicanes. Oh, SBY clipping the wall. Gives Andy a bit of a run. 30 running away a little bit. There we go, Andy right there. 4 attempts between T. Smith and Rosé. Yeah, do you know what, Derek? You might be right. Those one... Ooh! Oh, yeah. So, yeah, not great, but it stays out of the gas, so that T. Smith keeps the lead there. But, damn it, you should have got on the gas earlier. 6/10 of the gap is just not what we wanted to see. T. Smith a little sideways coming out of the chicane, but the gap is just holding steady. My God. So 2 more laps to go. Can Rosé make something happen? Ooh, it's exciting. Oh, T. Smith with a wiggle. Maybe hit the wall potentially a little bit. Cat's come down. Rosé needs to be careful that he doesn't break into the back of T. Smith again. Braking power always seems reduced when you're behind a car, as if the lack of air resistance is just keeping your car going. So it needs to be careful. He's right there. He's right there. 2 tenths. If he can keep 2 tenths as they go through the chicane. Oh! No, it's up to 5 tenths. I don't know, that was a bit messy. I don't know. Tom's got this. Goy says Goy. I don't know. I don't know. He's had a he's had a few penalties this race. He's hit a few walls, and Rosé is not disappearing. So let's see. A challenger stood up. Guy's got 273 titles for a reason. Yep. Ooh! Here we go. Movers on. T. Smith the car a little bit upset coming out of there. Doesn't want to be on the dirt when he brakes though. Rosé goes through. Oh, more wiggles. Rosé's going to try and defend the inside. Goy's taking it back. T. Smith's gone deep. Going to try and look for a switchback. Superior traction. Get on the gas earlier. 2 tenths the gap. Here we go then. Rosé needs to defend for all he's worth. Does he do it unsafe and give Tom the squeeze to the outside wall? Oh no! Oh, wait! T. Smith's not going to have the traction. It's a drag race. Rosé's got him. Has Rosé got him in the line? Oh, fucking hell! Oh, T. Smith with too much curb there. Too much of a wiggle coming out the chicane. Rosé gets it. Duval will finish in 3rd. Ooh, there was a little bit of sideways action from him. Duval will come home in 3rd. Unsafe in his covering for Graham will come home 4th. M30 stays ahead of SBY and Andy for a great recovery drive from him. So 5th for M30, 6th for Andy. SBY significantly dropped off there. Well, no fuel at all seemingly. So 7th for Sean. Jonesy will cross the line in 8th with a penalty for good measure. Biggles in 9th. 14 people watching. Do you guys want me to save the replay and watch what happened at the start of the race between Rom and Lee and M30? So Lee Cole with a top 10 finish by virtue of the fact there's only 10 cars left in this race. Hamilton. Ugh. Save. So there we have it, final result of the race, which I'm pretty sure will stand. I didn't see anything untoward really there. Rosé takes the win from T. Smith. That was a fucking brilliant race between those two, I think. Earlier in the race and at the end there. Nice close hard racing. Love to see that. Tom Duval comes home in 3rd with the the fastest lap as well. Unsafe in 4th, subbing in for Graham. M30 in 5th, Andy in 6th. SBY with some the last 2 stints of his race, not what he would have liked to happen, down in 7th. Probably could have challenged for 3rd or 4th. Jonesy in 8th, Biggles in 9th, Lee Cole 10th, Aaron being classified in 11th, and Rom in 12th. Oh, so what do we think? Do you guys want to see the replay? Do you guys want to see what happened? This is where you become involved, chat. Let me know. Do you want to see? Otherwise I'll just end the stream. Please don't forget to like the stream, of course. Derek says yes, sir. Okay. We shall go and see what specifically happened there. Quit. Checking network environment, because I haven't been in a lobby this whole time at Gran Turismo. Come on. Alright. My items up here. View. Right, so we know Rom suffered some issue first. GT1 is just too fucking quick, says unsafe. You were 4th, man. Like, literally, that's 3 positions off this light blue car, which is like an alien driver. Right. So we'll just check with Ron. Yeah, just 10 drivers. Yeah, but you were up there. Unsafe even when there was more than 10 drivers. Oh, yeah, that was weird. At that point, putting on the power is not the best. So we will go to recall M30 because I know they were on the landing with a slide there. The guy says probably the division you should be in unsafe. Facts. So was it the end of this lap or was it the end of the next lap? I can't remember. It was too far back here. So it's gonna be little dink. And 30 gets into the wall. But maybe Lee thought he was responsible because of that little dink. So, little shove there. M30 takes more curb and settles his car into the wall. Another little dink. And I think, yeah, it just spins across Lee. No malice there. Just unfortunate. But yeah, considering the length of time it took for M30 to get back around, great recovery drive from him. And then flag rules were on for GT1. That's kind of surprising. Here comes Rob. We do take too much curb. Oh. Okay. That's no more curb than anyone else would normally take, so yeah, bit of a shame that for Ron, but yeah, I think the M30 leak hole thing was just unfortunate, is all that was. But yeah, Lee's race didn't really get much better. So yeah, there we go. Nothing untoward really in those incidents. So yeah, that was it. That was GT1 at the new Gilles Villeneuve circuit in GT7. What's next week? Next week is, yeah, as was mentioned earlier, we are back to the two cars next week, the Mazda and the Ferrari, around Kyoto Yamagiwa. I think it's the full course reverse or something like that. So yeah, I'll be GT2 again on the Thursday, and me commentating on the GT1s on Friday. That wasn't great by T-Smith. Getting chaps warm. So yeah, thank you everyone who joined me once again for GT1. I'll give you a few more seconds to like the stream if you haven't. Yeah, that's it. Everybody have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Cheerio.